Hello everybody, welcome back, I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to an episode of Formula 1 2021, my team career, this time for the French Grand Prix. But before we get into it, head down below, like and subscribe, it does help out a lot, and let's get right into it. So here I am out for my flying lap around Circuit Paul Ricard here in France over here. Pretty sure it's located near the south of France, so I think it's actually quite close to Monaco, to be honest, so that is quite cool. But yes, here we are. This race, I'm pretty sure it didn't go too well last time out. I'm pretty sure we finished last. I'm pretty sure there was something wrong with the tyres, and we kind of just basically messed it up. Or maybe we've gotten to the points, I really can't remember, it was a couple months ago. But we go purple in the first sector, and let me remind you, we are the second slowest car. We are just ahead of the Haas, but we are closed in on Williams and Alfa Romeo. Actually, Alfa Romeo and Alpine, as Williams actually above Alpine now, which is quite interesting to see. But yes, here we are on my third flying lap around Circuit Paul Ricard, 4 tenths up on my personal best. Purple in the first sector, green in the second, and if we keep on going, we're actually gonna, well, pretty sure we're gonna be quite close to the top 10, which is actually really good for us, especially after like the horrid start of the season that we had, where we basically didn't score until, I'm pretty sure, 2 races ago in Azerbaijan, where we actually won the race, and last time out in where was it, Canada, where we actually got 4th place. Sadly, of course, the recording kind of broke, but luckily I think I've kind of found the balance between quality and actually the recording going smoothly, and soon it should actually be even better as we go across the line. 11th place, 1.2 seconds away from pole, who is actually taken by Hamilton. Ricciardo second, Verstappen third. Let's see if we can go and get some more points once again.
Welcome along then to France, host of the world-famous Tour de France. But we're not talking 2 wheels today, we're talking 4, in a country widely thought of as giving birth to the art of motor racing back in the late 1800s. We've come a long way since then, and you're about to find out how far. It's time for the French Grand Prix. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and P2 goes to Daniel Ricciardo, a strong showing from the Australian. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Bottas, Lando Norris and Perez, Leclerc, Sainz, Gasly and Antonio Giovinazzi, Red, Vettel, Esteban Ocon and Tsunoda, Stroll, Russell, Christian Lundgaard and Nicholas Latifi, Joe, Mick Schumacher, Delatraz and Nikita Mazepin. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
So here we go, lined up in P11. Our teammate is right at the back in P21, so we are definitely getting this car up into places where it shouldn't be as we go. Lights out, and we are off in straight away, falling down to P12, P13 as Ocon and Vettel try and get past us. We kind of cut the corner over there, luckily no warning over there, as we actually get up to P10. So after losing 2 places off the line, we actually gain 1 place from where we kind of started off, which is actually really good. I did kind of think about starting on the mediums, but I thought that I always just lose so much time on the opening laps when everyone is on the softs. So I was like, well, I'm just going to go on the softs. We're going to do a 2-stop from softs to mediums, I'm pretty sure. Because the other kind of thing that I could have chosen was from mediums to hards, and I know that the hards are really bad over here, as we can see the start from a different camera angle over here, as we just try and send it down the inside. There's actually Yuki Tsunoda trying to go down the inside of me, so if I wouldn't have taken that inside line, then we probably would have been dive bombed by Yuki Tsunoda and actually lost more places than we gained. So quite good for us. Quite a good lap, quite a good opening lap. Nearly actually getting past Pierre Gasly over here as well, but just not fast enough in the corner over here to actually make it work. But in a P10, and actually keeping up with the cars ahead. Lap 3, DRS activated. Vettel 2 seconds behind. Moving on to lap 5, some people pitted, we move up to P9. Vettel 4.5 ahead. Our pit window is open for the mediums, and we actually do box along with Sainz and Gasly a lap later. Now, as I was saying, at the end of qualifying, I did kind of come to kind of like a good balance between game quality and kind of recording performance. So it's not actually, you're gonna see maybe a couple of like skipped frames in this recording, which is really good compared to what it used to be. But it should be getting even better as we actually get out in. We leave the pit in kind of Gasly's car, I guess. He has to ghost through, and we actually lose a little bit of time. If we actually would have been let out just slightly behind him, I think we actually would have lost less time than we actually did over there. As we move on to lap 7, Mazepin over here still hasn't pitted, really slow on the mediums as we try and go past him and Gasly down into this corner over here. Actually do make it work. Are we going to be able to go around the outside of Gasly and pull ahead? Yes, we are. Here we can see the move on Gasly from Nikita Mazepin's point of view, and he actually tried going kind of following me through, but just don't have enough grip on tyres. As we move on to lap 8, our teammate Louis Delatraz over here trying, really actually, he kind of closed the door over there. I was actually really afraid of losing my front wing over there, but we do actually manage to make it work. So up to P18, and yes, as I was saying, the quality and the recording performance should be even better soon, as I am trying to well, I'm basically going to start recording from my PC soonish. I'm not really sure how long, maybe a couple of weeks before I actually get the parts that I need, but I should be able to record from my computer and of course, you know, game on my laptop, so it should be even better. I could crank up the settings in Formula 1 2021 on my laptop, and of course crank up the recording quality on my computer, so it should look really good. As we move on to lap 10 over here, we then try and get past Sainz over here, but on lap 10, as we can see over here, Esteban Ocon in the Alpine once again. I'm pretty sure this is his second or third DNF in a row, I think, I'm pretty sure, as there's some sort of engine problem. On lap 11, Sainz goes down the inside of Guan Yu Zhou over here, and we have to follow him through if we want a chance of actually getting keeping up with the two Ferraris and actually trying to get past them as well. So we get past the Alpine of Guan Yu Zhou, I'm pretty sure, or is it Williams? No, it's a Williams. We get past them, and we most importantly stay behind Carlos Sainz and don't lose too much time behind the Williams. That was really important. As you can see, it's actually starting to rain over here. On lap 12, I actually thought about pitting for the intermediates, but Jeff, the race engineer, didn't really say anything about pitting, so I'm not really sure, but we keep on going, I guess, for another lap. As on lap 12, we actually kind of got wide over there to get a better exit onto the main straight over here, and now we are side by side, past turn 1, past turn 2, with Carlos Sainz over here. We are neck and neck going into the next corner over here, leaving space for him not to, of course, crash into me or me into him, as that really just ruined the fight. Still giving him space. Are we going to be able to pull ahead of the Ferrari man? Yes, we are, and up to P11, just behind Latifi over here. And I thought, well, the only real chance that I'm going to keep this Ferrari behind me without using too much ERS is to get past the Alfa Romeo over here as quickly as possible. So I use up quite a lot more ERS than I would normally do, but luckily we do actually manage to pull ahead as Latifi actually fights with Sainz for about half a lap over there, so we did actually gain some time on him, as we see 1.5 away from Sainz at the moment. As more people pit, we move on to P8, as another lap later more people pit. I'm pretty sure that's Ricciardo over there. So at this point, here we can see our pit window is open for the medium tyres. Lap 16, to lap 20. So we are going to box in on this lap as the tyres did start coming off. They're a bit slower, to be honest. So I did just box it over here just to be safe. But over here I saw, okay, the people ahead are pitting onto the intermediates. And Jeff actually said, came on and said about halfway through the lap, to actually switch to the intermediates from the mediums that I was actually going to go on. So I did switch, as there is just enough rain over here to actually make the intermediates work and make them faster than the medium tyres. At least for now, we are going to see how much, or even if this made sense as a pit stop over here, as we leave ahead of Sainz, ahead of Gasly, who also pit on to the intermediates. And moving on to lap 18, we get past Ricciardo in the pits, and moving further on to lap 18 over here we can actually see Leclerc and Perez fighting ahead, and Perez is on the medium tyres, so he didn't pit, right? Or maybe he pit for the medium tyres instead of the intermediates. And here we are going to see Carlos Sainz try to get past me and kind of squeeze him out and go down the inside, and we do manage to make it work. And here we can actually see ahead that Leclerc is closing up Perez, but actually Perez didn't lose too much time on him, and now he doesn't need to pit in for the medium tyres because he is already on the medium tyres and they are the better tyre now. So Perez actually made the slick tyre work over there, and basically most of the grid, if not even all of it, apart from Perez, actually just lost a pit stop basically under this kind of intermediate conditions over here. So I guess we could have pit for the mediums, but maybe would have gone off, and it's a lot safer just to kind of do and stick what with the pack does, as we didn't lose any time to Leclerc or Sainz, so that felt a lot safer than actually just trying to stick it out on the medium tyres. Now here we go, lap 24. Ricciardo's actually closed in, and we skip forward to lap 26. He is 7/10 behind, so I did actually try and save up as much ERS as I could without just going too slowly. But here we can see lap 26 going on to lap 27. Ricciardo is right there, right behind me with DRS and ERS, trying to go around the outside. I go as late on the brakes as I possibly could without going into the McLaren. And here we go, the final back straight, the final DRS, proper full DRS zone before the finish line. Are we going to be able to keep this P7, those really precious points for us? Of course, getting really lucky in the last two races, getting a P1 and a P4, but when I got to this point, I basically mostly knew that if we get a good exit, we are going to be able to get this P7 home safe and sound without any threat of from Ricciardo over here. As we get a good exit, get about 3 tenths on Ricciardo, and it's just not enough. The DRS is not enough for him to catch up to me, so we get the P7 in the end.
Take care of the car on the way in.
A great race then, and a fantastic victory here at Paul Ricard. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. It's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be proud of the victory they secured here.
So there we go, really good race for us once again, 3 times in a row. P7, 6 points. Verstappen takes the win from Lewis, from Perez, but most importantly, we get more points. It's really important for us. As we can see, we actually dropped down to P7 behind Max Verstappen in the driver standings with 43 points compared to 53 to Max Verstappen, and 9 ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. In the constructor standings, we actually overtake AlphaTauri and actually, well, still kind of keep a similar distance to the Ferraris like we had after the last race. But for now, there's going to be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.